I stake my life on that verse and that concept. Okay? Yet, or and, not however, but and. But after that, to remain pure in heart, I continually come to Him. Father, reveal unconfessed sin in my life. Reveal things in me. Show me, Father, is there something that's displeasing to You? Because I want to be pure in heart. So I'm not talking about the initial salvation. I'm talking about this daily thing where I go, Father, I'm before You. Shine the light of who You are. Because let Your light reveal any darkness. Does that make sense? Blessed are the pure in heart. It's like when David in Psalm 51. This is right after he sinned with Bathsheba. Now remember, put this together. Here was the man after God's own heart. This is the guy that God goes, if there is a man anywhere in the world after me, it's that man. That man, one day, when he should have been out to battle, the Bible said, he was a king, he should have been out in the battle. Listen, just FYI, when you stay in the battle, you don't get in trouble. When you stay in the battle at home, you don't get in trouble away from home. When you stay in the battle with whatever, does that make sense? Okay, so here is the man after God's own heart. The eyes of the Lord search to and fro. They find this is the man after my heart. And he should have been out to battle. Instead, he's on his roof and he's looking at this woman sunbathing across the way and goes, wow, I have to have her. He calls for her. They sin. She's whatever, and now he's going to have her husband killed. He sends him to the front lines, that whole unbelievable story. And then here that man, David, goes, have mercy on me, O God, according to Your steadfast love. Blot out my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity. Cleanse me from sin. That's what we're talking about. Where daily I come. God, I thank You that there was a day when You came into my life and You forgave me and I was washed in the blood of Jesus. But Father, today I want to be pure before You. I want to stand before You clean and pure. And so God, wash away my iniquity today. Cleanse me today, Father, of my sin. For I know my transgressions, my sin is always before me. Against You and You only have I sinned and done what is evil in Your sight. Verse 7, cleanse me with hyssop, I'll be clean. Wash me, I'll be whiter than snow. Verse 10, create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me from Your presence. And he goes on and on. Wow. Blessed are the pure in heart. And then verse 9, blessed are the peacemakers, they will be called the sons of God. So having experienced the peace of God ourselves, I have the peace of God. I have the peace of God that passes understanding. And so I have that now with the mind of Jesus. I'm going out and I'm going to make peace. I'm going to help Gary find peace and Elisa find peace. And because what I have, I'm going to give away. That's the thought of Jesus, was to take that to others. Does that make sense? You with me so far? Let me see if I have time to do that one. Real fast, stay in Matthew 5, go to verse 23. I want to show you this. The mind of Jesus, he thought about reconciliation. Chapter 5, verses 23. Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there you remember that your brother, listen, you come to the altar and you remember your brother has something against you. Not that you have something against your brother. Your brother has something against you. There's a big difference there. I mean, if I have something against Ron, and I get, okay, I'll go take care of that. But if Ron has something against me, that's a different deal for me. I'm not making sense. It's like I'm not responsible. That's Ron's deal, God. I mean, he's got something wrong. That's his deal. I'm awesome. I don't have anything against him. He's got something against me. He has to. No. If your brother has something against you, you leave what you're doing, and you leave your gift there in front of the altar, and you go and you be reconciled to your brother. And then you come and offer your gift, the mind of Christ. One way of our thinking without the mind of Christ is, this sounds like Janet Hazelton watch. Seriously? Seriously? He hurt me. I'm not budging. I didn't do anything. Why should I be responsible for trying to fix this? He was wrong. She was wrong. She blew it. I didn't blow it. Jesus goes, this relationship is important. Bobby, you need Shirley Hendricks. And so you go fix it. That's the mind of Christ. This is a big deal. I love Shirley. I'm going to fix it. I love Jesus. And Jesus said, so I'm going to, right? The relationship is the most important. The relationship is crucial. I'm going to chase one more. And then we're going to stop, I promise. You have to listen very, very, very carefully to this one. Because if you don't, you'll totally take it out of context. And then you're going to lay your gift at the altar and have to come find me. I'm playing. Seriously. Our relationship is more important than this building. You got to get that. We have made the church more important than each other. And it cannot be. Now I can see some of you going, what you're talking about? Listen, I'm not blaspheming. I'm just saying. Let me say it this way. I will never throw you under the bus over the church. I won't do it. My relationships are, besides Jesus and the love of Jesus, the relationships in my life are the most important thing. See, we have to concentrate. Now, that's going to really confuse. I'm not trying to confuse you. I shouldn't have got on that limb. Look, I'm sawing myself off. I'm out there so far. Does somebody not understand me? That's probably the way to say it. Don't be embarrassed. You not understand?
Rephrase.
What?
What do you mean about the church?
What?
What do you mean about the church? You won't throw us under the bus of the church.
I don't mean like the literal universal church of Jesus. I'm talking about the mindset of this local, the way that sometimes we think about this building and about the way we've always done things, and you know, we got homecoming, and which is awesome. I'm just, there's this mindset of how Charlotte Road, the mind of Charlotte Road Baptist Church as a whole, that we would rather hurt each other to save this bigger thing. Let me see if I can find wow, I'm going to learn my lesson chasing those rabbits. Sometimes you shoot yourself. I'm going to have to fix it next week. I can't find it.
Loving each other are more important than protecting traditions that may or may not be important.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good point. It's like sometimes the tradition of the church supersedes our relationship. That might be the best way to say that. my relationship with Eric Crafton is more important than how I'm perceived in, oh gosh, I'm in trouble here. Some of you are going, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Look at you sweat. I'm glad. Sonia, you're not glad, are you? Okay, I'm going to fix this. Go to John chapter, is it 4? Yeah, John chapter 4. Okay, I'm going to just wing this right here. Hurry and turn, I'll wrap this up. I'm going to dig myself out. Okay, so Jesus is walking through Samaria. Okay, he's going through Samaria, and the Jews and they didn't get along. Okay, Samaria was full of quote unquote half-breeds. It was like no one wanted anything to do. Jesus is walking through there, and he comes to this town called Sychar, S-Y-C-H-A-R, which some people say is called the drunken town, and some scholars say the lying town, I read. Okay, so he shows up at Sychar, and it's in the heat of the day. It's at noon, and he sits down because he's tired, and he's sitting there, and here comes a Samaritan woman. Okay, now she has a double whammy. She's got 2 strikes against her. She's a woman, because a woman during that day was not regarded as anything important. It was all about the men. So she's a woman, and on top of that, the double whammy is she's a Samaritan woman. And so she's coming to get water in the middle of the day. Why? Well, see, most everyone got their water in the cool of the evening, toward nightfall. But she comes in the middle of the day. Why? Because she's sneaking. She doesn't want to be noticed. She knows, I'm a Samaritan, I'm a woman. Her whole deal is, I'm a loser, I'm whatever. So she shows up, and here's Jesus, and he goes, give me a drink. She cowers and kind of turns, I'm not supposed to talk to you. Let me pick it up. She said in verse 9, you are a Jew, I'm a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink? For Jews do not associate with Samaritans. Jesus said, if you knew the gift of God, who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. Sir, you don't have anything to draw from the well. The well is deep. This is her mind, her way of thinking. Okay, and Jesus is going, there's something here you don't know. I'm living water. You need me. See, this story is really, it's as much, if not more, about God's thirst for His people. The story is more about God's thirst for His people than it is about the woman's thirst. Okay, so she said, sir, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? And here it is. This is what I'm going to get myself out of this, I hope. Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did also his sons and his flocks and herds? This is like the Hank Williams Jr. family tradition. I mean, this well is like it's been there all of this time, and now the well is the big deal. The well is bigger than Jesus. The well, the church, sometimes becomes bigger than Jesus. The church becomes bigger than each other. So I would rather hurt somebody than hurt the church. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to hurt the church, but I really don't want to hurt Steve Williams because he's my brother. Does that make sense? Okay, so here's this, she's going, are you greater than our father Jacob? So here she is, this tradition, and there's nothing wrong with traditions. I'm not suggesting that, okay? But so here's this tradition, here's this, this is how we've always done it. Here's this living in the past. And listen, she almost missed Jesus because she was honoring a place. She almost missed Jesus because she was honoring the well. Here's the living water, and you're going to miss it because you keep drawing. And this was interesting to me when I read this. Jesus answered, everyone who drinks this water, He's pointing to the well. Everyone who drinks this water, this tradition, this thing that's bigger, that we've made such a deal, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty over and over and over again. This can't fill me. Jesus is the only thing that fills me. And see, I mean, while I'm in trouble, I'll just go ahead and stay there. Some of us in this room have missed Jesus for church. And because we like the well, we like this more than we do that. We're going to keep drinking at this well. Why would we do that? Because our mind is not the mind of Christ, and it's about, well, I'm somebody here, or I'm this, or I'm that. Listen, you're going to be thirsty because this can't fill us. This is awesome. I love this. I love that this can't bring me fulfillment. It can't satisfy me. Only Jesus can. Now, did I get myself out? Okay. I was not trying to create a deal there. I really wasn't. You have to know me by now. I want so desperately. Now listen, you got to go find this out, okay? Because you might read there this week over and over and over and over and over and over, and you come back to me and you go, I think you missed it on that one. Great. I probably did. That's okay. I don't think I'm that awesome. Yeah, I'm not bigger than the well. You know. Okay, I know. Somebody's phone. Okay, it's 12 o'clock, whatever. Y'all are sneaky. Watch this. I'm going to turn my phone on. He's going to think it's 12, time to go.
Jesus said the same thing. Because, you know, in Revelation, the church of Ephesus, you've gotten caught up in all these things. You're doing this and this and this, but you forgot about me and loving each other.
Yeah.
That's just what you're saying.
Yeah. Eric's going to preach next Sunday. I want, let me just say it this way. I want the mind of Jesus. I do. And am I gonna really get, no, I mean, not until I get to heaven. But you know, if I fall, I'm gonna fall forward toward Him. I'm not gonna falling away. It's gonna be toward Him with all my heart. That daily thing that we talked about. I want that more than anything. The mind of Christ. That my thoughts are like His thoughts, and that I see people the way He sees people, that I see you and love you the way He does. That's the desire of my heart. And that's what I was talking about at the first is my frustration is, I want that for all of us. But you know what? I can't do that. You have to do that. How do we do? It's hard. I mean, getting myself in shape physically. I mean, if I could hire Jack Jacobic and go, Jack, man, you were like a world-class athlete. You know all these things. Jack, help me get in shape. You know, and I show up the first day and I'm ready to go, and then tomorrow I can't get out of bed, and I'm like, okay, enough of that. It's hard work. It's hard to get my body to where, it's the same way spiritually. It's hard. You can't do it on an hour a week. It's every day I'm digging. I want to know. Okay, I'll stop. I promise. What? You've been racking your brain, haven't you? She goes, it was Dave Busby. Maybe it's on the internet. Look up Dave Busby / depravity. I don't know how you would find it, but I mean, we would. It was one of those things we would lay in the floor.